subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
IB, what's up, IB?
How you doing, my brother King Flex?
My brother, I'm good, IB. What's going on with you?
Man, I'm just a loyal listener. I contributed to the museum. I've been riding with you since you was doing your Tariq radio. And one thing I could say, I say to the family, Sister Nikki, Brother McCall, all the other family. And all I'm saying is let's keep beating that drum. Let's
Yeah,
keep pressing for that line for these reparations. One thing you say, you always speak truth to power, is that, you know, a black man with a white woman is against the law. I live up here in Portland, Oregon. I'm black, I'm foundational. We all fought for this country, and I see it all the time. So it's just like what you saying is so very true, and all I gotta say is one up for the family. Let's keep beating that drum. Let's stay riding. And like I say, I'm always listening. I'm in the background. I love all y'all.
much respect to you, brother. Much respect. All right, let's get what's up, Hen Ghost.
I just want to say, I saw the Jubilee interview, and I saw the Angola guy, the Angola kid,
Yeah,
and I just feel like Caribbeans, Africans need to stay out the way. Let the FBA run the narrative, let the black issue stay within the black foundational community. I'm of Dominican descent. I'm an ally, and I stay out the way. I feel like we don't have a say, we don't have a right. We just need to stay out the way and just support the movement, however it may be.
yes, sir. Man, respect to that. Yeah, the Angola, yeah, that on that thing, they had some dude from Angola sounding like a big Sambo. And you got to remember, Angola, that the Portuguese got in their mind a long time ago. And it's interesting that the brother called up. He came from a Spanish colonized nation. Y'all got to understand what these white supremacists were doing with that Spanish, Portugal, Britain thing. Well, they did a psychological number on a lot of folks. Um, the Catholic Church, when slavery first started in the Western Hemisphere, or when colonization, when people talk about religion, it was the Catholic Church sanctioning that. When Columbus got those maps and came to the Western Hemisphere and went back, the the Catholic Church and the Pope had to get between Spain and Portugal to say, okay, look, they they went to the Pope to say, hey, we don't want to clash when we start colonizing everybody. We don't want to get into any kind of conflict. So what they did, they drew an imaginary line, basically right down the Atlantic Ocean, right, like a straight line. It was called the line of demarcation, or the Treaty of Tordesillas. The Treaty of Tordesillas. And that treaty basically said everything west of that line, the Spanish can colonize. That would be like Mexico, the Caribbean, Jamaica, because remember, Spain had Jamaica first. Um, what other place? Cuba. So a lot of those places, the Dominican Republic, all of that, Haiti, all of that was Spanish. And on the east of the line, that was Portugal. Portugal could colonize those things. So that would be Brazil. Brazil, that's why Brazil is the only place down there in the um, southern part of the Americas that's Portuguese, because they fell into that line of Tordesillas. And a lot of the African nations fell under that jurisdiction of Portugal, like Angola. Um, I think Mozambique too. Wasn't Mozambique? And I know a couple of Asian countries, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so they had a little deal with each other, sanctioned by the damn Pope. You see just how perverted the whole little system is. The church said, "Hey, you can subjugate those people, just don't fight each other." subjugate them. So they would have little janky deals. So when the Magellan went out there to the Philippines, and Magellan was Portuguese, but he was sailing under the Spanish crown. So he went out there, they discovered, quote unquote, the Philippines. Um, Spain was able to get that, but they had to pay off Portugal. So they're like, we're going to colonize them and subjugate them, and we're going to pay you off because we know this is your jurisdiction because it's on the line, it's on the side of Portugal, but we'll pay Portugal off. That's why the Filipinos were speaking Spanish, and that's why it's called the Philippines. They named it after King Philip of Spain. That's why it's called the Philippines. So they had all these little janky deals with each other. It's like just little demonic, um, little janky ass deals where all of their conflicts, the prize is basically the ability to subjugate non-white people. You understand? They would war and bicker and beef with each other, and the prize is to subjugate us. See that I'm saying all that to bring us back to modern times now. Just what with the Democrats and Republicans, they'll beef with each other, but the prize is who gets to shit on us. That's what the prize is. So the Democrats, they've been shitting on us. Let's stop playing games. The Democrats crap on us. Kamala Harris has crapped on black people. Biden has crapped on black people. His Biden crime bill. When Obama was in office, he was crapping on black people. Or uprisings all around the country. Obama didn't lift a finger to help none of us. He put more militarized police on our asses. We got to be very honest with that. He was signing these blue laws to give police more protections. So we had a, a black face on white supremacy. So we have to learn how to play this game, not let these people say that guy bad, so vote for me, that guy bad, vote for me. That's not going to work. Who's giving me something? We got to get some tangibles here. We got to get some tangibles because we're not going to keep going for these little old janky ass deals you guys got going on. You're fighting each other to see who's going to subjugate me. We're going to have to get something out of this thing. You see, going back into Spain and Portugal having an understanding with each other. See, they were making a lot of money over here in the Western Hemisphere, getting all of the gold, enslaving people, making all of that money. So they were sending all of those um, ships with all of those ill-gotten gains back to Europe. So some of the British and French nations, they wanted to get a piece of the action. So they got their weight up. Britain got their weight up by robbing Spanish and Portuguese ships. That's how Britain got money to become a superpower. They would rob the damn Spanish. Britain wasn't shit. I want y'all to understand, Britain didn't really get their shit together until like the early 1600s. But these people, there's no honor among thieves. They like, hey, these Spanish, man, they getting money hand over fist. So when them ships come in, let's just rob their ass. They were sending people like Sir Francis Drake and all that. He was, they prop him up. He was a pirate. So yeah, they would rob Spanish ships. They robbed enough to get their weight up and get some colonies of their own. So we're talking about thieving, demonic, despicable people who has a culture of doing this stuff. This is their culture of robbing and pillaging. They rob and pillage each other. See, that's why we're like their relief valve. So they all get together. The only thing that makes them all get together is their hatred of us. They understand that they have to subjugate us. See, if we weren't around, they'd cut each other's throats. If we were not around, these people would freak the hell out and then turn on each other like they were doing all along. You understand? So we got to understand as foundational Black Americans, man, we are the moral compass of this nation. Don't let them put that Black criminality thing on us. And that's a projection. These people, their culture, their whole culture is criminal. Everything about them is criminal. But they like to project that stuff on us. That's why I always point out they don't have no heroes. You don't have no honorable heroes within your culture. We do. We can say that. We have honorable people who are heroes in foundational Black American society and culture that are revered worldwide. You see. All right, let me get some more people in here. Everybody raise those hands if you are indeed ready. Raise those hands if you are ready, because we got a lot of people in here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get watching anonymously in the building. Watching anonymously in the building.
Chat. So Tariq, bro, listening to you, that brought to my mind a few years ago. We was getting watching all them videos of the Chinese and the Arabs and the Indians whooping on Africans' ass, the grown ass men with belts and shit like they were children.
Yeah.
And they come over here and then they try to tell us that we are too violent and we too aggressive and basically we're staying on the black diaspora. And so we just saw a video of a Russian white dude bitch slap. It wasn't even that hard of a slap a black dude, and all the black people whooped on his ass and his bitch ass too. So yeah, bro, we are not the same. That's why it's important for us to delineate
Yeah.
because they want us to be soft bitches like them in their own country getting whoopings with belts like they children, bro.
Man. Yeah, man. Yeah, we different. Yeah, we are different. And yeah, don't let nobody shame you. See all that trying to criminalize us. That's them wanting us to get in the mindset where we will accept and take abuse. That's why the brothers and sisters in Cincinnati, we got to support them. We got to support them. We have to make sure they're good. We have to do all we can to support them. We have to make sure that they're good. Just we used to do that back in the day, man, when black folks got hemmed up. I want y'all to understand, man. We knew how to ride for each other, man. There was in the 1800s, Detroit was a free state. A lot of people would escape and go to Detroit, and there was a situation where a black couple escaped slavery and went up to Detroit. So some white slave catchers caught them and put them in jail. The black folks up in Detroit, they broke their asses out and started whooping on the white folks up there, and then got the black couple and helped them escape up to Canada for safety. But yeah, we didn't play that shit back in the day. They just don't tell you that stuff. We didn't let black folks get hemmed up. The Seminole War with John Horse and those guys, they would get revenge. If you heard a black Seminole, they would get revenge on your ass. There, in my movie American Maroon, where we talked about this, a black woman got kidnapped by the U.S. Army. They called a truce with the Seminoles because the Seminoles was whooping their ass down in Florida. So they wanted to have a truce. So they went to the truce and the parlay, and then they pulled guns on folks and they kidnapped this black woman named Morning Dew. That was Osceola's wife. They kidnapped her. So, man, the Seminoles tracked down the army generals, went to his crib and blew his damn head off. They went to that crib and popped his ass. He stepped outside for a cigarette and they lit him and that cigarette. They lit the cigarette and his ass up. And then at the same time, they went and killed Dade, General Dade and all of his men. They killed all of them. That's what Dade County is named after. They killed them and chopped their damn bodies up and left one alive. And they left one eyewitness. He went and said, "Hey, them niggas is crazy. There's a bunch of niggas went and chopped us up." Yeah. Yeah, we didn't mess around like that. We didn't mess around like that over here, man. They don't like to tell you about that part of history. Yeah. Let's get Lewis or Louise in the building.
For you, where do you get all your information from?
Man, just books, traveling. I'm always studying and learning, man.
Okay. What kind of books do you read, though?
Everything. I read everything, man. Because it's like Albert Einstein said, everything is relative. That's what Albert Einstein, he said the theory of relativity was all things are relative to each other. So all history, man, when you read it and you study it, you see how it ties in to you and your life and your circumstance. It's all relative. When you study European history, you can understand how it's relative to you. So yeah,
Okay.
just everything, man. You study everything. You understand? That's very important. Like when you start studying European history, you can see how that's relevant to Black people because it was Black people who went up into Europe to civilize their asses. I was having a debate with a Moroccan dude the other day about the Moors because, you know, some people, they like to lie about what the Moors were and what they look like. They know the truth. These people know that the Moors were Black. There's too much documentation, too many eyewitness accounts. They understood that. Moor was a term that was used for all Black people. There were people over here called Moors. You had one of the first well-known fighters over here, boxer, Tom Molinar. He was from Virginia. There was a foundational Black American brother who was a big-time bare knuckles fighter. And his nickname was the Moor. They called him the Moor. And he was beating up folks over here, and they sent him over to Europe to fight. He became popular over in Europe too. So he was that era's Muhammad Ali. You see. So again, it's all relative. It's all relative. Let's get 13 in here. 13, hop on in. 13.
Tariq, what's up, my
I'm
brother?
good, 13. How are you, bro?
I'm good, man. How you
I'm
feel?
good, man. What city you in?
Actually, I'm on the PCH. What that is?
You in CH?
PCH. PCH.
You're breaking up, so it's kind of hard to hear you, brother.
I said the PCH. The PCH. Pacific Coast
Oh,
Highway.
you PC. Okay, I didn't hear the P. Okay.
Yeah. Pacific Coast Highway,
You in
man. I'm
Malibu?
riding,
Are
man.
you in Malibu?
No, I'm actually just driving straight up the
Okay.
coast, man.
Okay. Okay. So what's on your mind, brother?
Yo, I'm working, man. I'm working truck driver. You know, I hopped in, man. I tapped in, man. You know, for entertainment. I know you over here dropping lessons on the people though. That's what I wanted to ask you, man. I just asked you though. You know what I'm saying? What you call it? When you give me a summary of what's the lesson, man? What you talking about the Moors, whatever?
Oh yeah, I'm just
Or you talking about the black people?
just having a general conversation. So yeah, you got to listen to the playback if you want a summary. I can't give a summary now, shit, because I don't remember. I'm just kind of shooting the breeze with the family here. Let's get Benny in here. Benny,
How you doing, brother
I'm
Tariq?
good. Benny, how are you?
I'm wonderful, man. I just want to come up here and tell you, I mentioned this to you before, but your name Tariq translated into history, and I'm always in awe of your historical knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Very impressive the way you speak of history.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Benny. You are Ethiopian, brother, right? You're from Ethiopia, right?
Yeah. The first time I heard you speak was about the king that's on my profile picture.
Oh yeah, Menelik.
Yeah, I saw a piece you did on him, and I was like, wow.
Oh yeah.
And every time like you speak history, like I could tell you know your shit,
Oh
but
yeah.
I just wanted to come up here and tell you that.
Much respect, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, King Menelik, he was the shit. So I give props what props are due. If y'all got some riders in your history, I'm gonna give them props. King Menelik was the rider. He lit them damn Italians up. They were there tearing them Italians up. He wasn't playing no games with their asses. Yeah, Menelik kept them Italians off the backs of the people. Yeah, he knew how to get weapons and guns and they knew how to use guerrilla warfare against them Italians. They were beating the spaghetti out their ass. So yeah, shout out to King Menelik. Let me see who else we got. Um, let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. We in here deep. I see brother Mark Lamont Hill down there. What's up, brother Mark Lamont? Mark Lamont in the building. We got cousin Jerry still. I see brother McCall, brother Dan in the building. Everybody raise your hands. Let's get well, we got a lot of folks in here. Let's get Akil. Let's get Akil in here. Akil. We got a couple of thousand as usual. We got the most popping space on the Twitter streets. Brother Akil, hop on in.
What's up, Tariq Nasheed? How you doing,
I'm
sir?
good, Mr. Akil. What's going on with you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just a quick question, and are you writing a book right now? And if you are, or if you're thinking about writing a book, What subject are you writing
Right
about?
now, I'm focusing on the new Hidden Color movie. So a lot of my focus is on that. I'm trying to get that completed. So I want to have that ready by next year. So that's the project I'm working on right now. And yeah, that's coming along real good. I'm gonna start going real hard body now that my kids are back in school. So now, because we've been traveling all summer and I've been working, doing the edits while we're on vacation and stuff like that. So I work on it every single day, but I can go real hard body now that the kids are back in school and all that good stuff. All right. Let's get let me see. Junital. Let's get Junital in the building. Junital in the building. Junital. And then we'll try Judgment Wolf. Let's try Judgment Wolf.
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? Make this quick. Wait, am I speaking or is he speaking?
Uh,
Oh, okay. Anyway, make this quick. Speaking of history, anytime somebody wants to say anything about black crime, I did the numbers. Like 99% of us aren't even doing crime. And when they want to make it seem bigger, they'll use the stat 70, 1350 or whatever, but it doesn't make sense mathematically speaking.
right.
I parked my truck there.
There you go. Yeah. They always try to criminalize us. That's a tactic in order to justify subjugating us. They've always criminalized us. Again, when we went and got our freedom, we were criminals for just wanting to be free. We were criminals for wanting to drink from certain water fountains. We were criminals for um, not wanting to share crop and give all our money away. Yeah, they criminalized us for everything. So we have to not internalize that. Let's get Junital, hop on in.
Yeah, what's going on? I think you're a psyop controlled opposition. What do you say about that?
Now, why are you talking with your voice change? You're scared to say. That's why you can't be taken seriously, sir. You're hiding your voice. So you're not. You don't even take yourself seriously, sir. You can't even stand on anything. Are you Asian, gentlemen?
Do you have anything against the
Right.
Asians?
So you're an Asian gentleman. So why are you hiding your voice and all that? Don't nobody know you one way or the other.
I never say that. That's what you're saying.
I don't understand what you're saying, sir.
With respect, you don't represent the black community. You're just sowing division. You're a CIA plant.
Okay, so you're just being dishonest. So do you think anybody believes you?
I'm just telling you to your face. I don't care if people believe me. Someday they'll find out.
Yeah, nobody believes you, sir. Now, how do you feel about nobody believing you?
That's okay. People didn't believe so many things that turned out to be true.
But
So, this is about time.
right, but yeah, no, nobody believe that, sir. So why are you saying some shit that don't nobody believe in a fake voice? And no, those are Ethiopian letters, right? Are you from Ethiopia?
Doesn't matter. Like, don't shoot the messenger. Just tackle the message.
Right. Why is it that you tethers are just pathological liars? Do you not understand that's one of the things that makes people want to delineate from you? All of that lying just nonstop. You ever think about that?
I'm not lying.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
just.
You're
Why are you being defensive? Stop being defensive.
stop projecting, sir. I'm calm as a cucumber. You're just projecting, sir. Because you're lying, so you're being defensive because of your lies. You're lying because you're hurt. Are you hurt because we're delineating from you, sir?
I'm not hurt at
You're,
all. I'm very
you're
proud
you're hurt.
of
You're using a fake voice. You're lying using a fake voice. You got to be a man. See, that's why your women don't respect you, right? That's why them women of yours are bobbing them big foreheads on soul poles over here.
You don't play by the rule. I have to hide myself because you're a hooligan. With all due respect, sir.
Well, sir, no, you're a punk. So you got to be you're like a woman. So you got to be a feminine dude And I don't mean LGBT. There's nothing wrong with that if you want to be that, but I mean feminine in the point where you're not being a man about how you speak to another man. You're not supposed to act like a bitch when you talk to another man. You're supposed to stand on man business. If you got something to say, just say that. Don't be lying. Hey, we got to
So
we gotta, you know
what's
we
your
gotta teach tethers man rules. Y'all need to learn some man because y'all don't have them. Y'all come from places where y'all selling bussy for green cards. Y'all just do anything. Y'all need to understand man rules. One thing you don't do, you look a man in the eye. You got something, if you can say it like Suge Knight says, if you can say it once, you better be able to say it twice. Don't just be saying shit. Don't lie on women. Um, don't be an untrustworthy person. Always be somebody who's confident.
you guys are the pimps. You're talking about men. You don't even raise your own kids. What are you talking about?
You talking about raising kids over there with orphanages in your homeland all over the place where y'all abandon those kids? Are we doing that?
You guys have kids from 100 women.
Yeah,
You don't even know
we
them.
don't have our children piled up in orphanages like you do, sir. All right? That's why you're so embarrassed about your child rearing skills.
The biggest
You're
abortion
so
rate.
embarrassed about your child rearing skills. You gotta hide your voice. You gotta hide your identity. You're so embarrassed, right? Huh?
Why are you muting? Act like a man.
Sir, you're the one got a bitch voice on here. Come on, man. That's you. You're Somali. You're Somali.
Is this is that how much you hate like women?
Now you're boring. All right, now you're boring. Okay, let me get some more people in here. Okay. I'm not gonna sit here going back and forth with no man who's accepted being a bitch. All right, I'm not gonna do that at all. He's accepted it. He's wallowing in his bitchdom. That's what you don't do. You don't act like a bitch and you don't lie on women. That's one thing you do as a man. We see a lot of that lately. I see a lot of dudes lying on women or lying about a woman. Like, the Myron Gaines. You notice dudes who do that, they're very sassy if a dude lies on a woman. Like Myron Gaines be like, your wife is Jewish, yeah, just random lies. That's some sassy nigga shit. That's a man rule. Let me give y'all some game, just on some manhood shit. You don't lie on women. Yeah, that's a violation of masculine integrity. Foundation of Black American culture, man, your word is your bond. And lying on a woman, that violates the code of masculine integrity. That makes a man, it makes you appear weak, unreliable, sneaky. It destroys respect within the community, and it makes you look cowardly. Lying on a woman, that's an act of cowardice. You know, manhood in our culture is rooted in courage. That's why we stand on business. You see, if something go down, yeah, we run up on them. The foundation of Black American cultural values is standing on business, being courageous, not being manipulative. See, we had a historical legacy of protection. Don't let nobody fool you. Foundation of Black American men, we've been the protectors of the community, of the sisters in the face of white supremacy and the white supremacist violence and systematic abuse. We have been the protectors. Don't let nobody get it twisted. So to lie on women, that reverses that historic role. You understand? A lot of tethers do that. You see, lying on women, that's some white supremacist shit. That's what white supremacists would do. They lie on women and make false accusations about women in order to justify punishing them. You know, and you destroy the community's trust. See, that's why, in order to build things, you gotta be a trustworthy person. That's why a lot of these other cultures they do lie on women, scam on women, just do all types of weird shit, and you can't build nothing. See, a lie involving a woman, especially something that's going to cause harm or shame, that fractures trust within the community. Foundational Black American culture is a culture built on collective struggle and really mutual accountability. So, yeah, coming across as somebody untrustworthy. It's just never a good look. You become a liability. Also, just a man being seen as gossipy or messy, that's just a badass look. Our culture stigmatizes gossipy, messy ass dudes. When a man lies about a woman, that's some feminine, gossipy, unmanly shit. You know, a drama queen ass nigga. Don't nobody want to be around that. Don't no players want to be around that. Don't no women want to be around that. That breaks an unspoken code of manhood. And punk ass dudes doing. Speaking of punk ass dudes, have y'all seen Bucci Bear's fat ass? Speaking of punk bitch ass dudes, I'd been told y'all Bucci Bear, Brandon, years ago how bitch made he is. And he's up there, no jumper. Boy, they whooping on this nigga, punching on him, spitting on him. They had him in some kind of boxing match, some like impromptu office boxing match. And this dude, I don't know if he was a Crip or Blood or whatever, but this dude was punching Bucci's fat ass all across the floor. Bucci's flying across the floor like a helium balloon. He's just getting his ass whooped. First, that nigga does not represent LA at all. I want anybody to know because Bucci tries to portray himself as some kind of LA representative. That bitch nigga don't represent LA at all. This dude getting punched on and then tried to lie and say he slipped. I slipped. I tripped. My shoes, I tripped. And then they ran it back and he got knocked further. Man, this dude is a walking damn L, dude. Big old fat goofy ass getting punched on and beat on. That's a horrible look.
Hey y'all, I'm having a good time on the beach right now, and you know I had to get my root work on. So you need to get your root work on too at rootworkstyle.com.
Root work, feel that natural flow. Root work, stay fresh wherever you go. Root work, I like the way it feels. Root work, the magic is so real.